Alrighty, 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 alrighty. Man, that sounded like Matthew McConaughey. What is going on, everybody? You are watching Movie Endings Explained, and as always, for all the big movies, we like to do a 10-minute live stream, or at least it's live when I'm recording this, of doing an ending explanation of a popular movie, and this time we're talking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I had the privilege of seeing this movie last night, and before I go any further, let me just tell you that if you haven't seen the movie, there's going to be huge spoilers in this video. Okay? Huge spoilers, so you're definitely going to want to, beware of that. And I'm also going to tell you that I enjoyed this movie so much that I plan on going to see it again at some point. It was so good in every single way, and I highly recommend you go see it. All right? So, with that being said, let me move on to the explanation of the ending. So, I'll take it from the point where Peter, aka Star-Lord, and Ego, his father, are actually having a fight to the death because Peter is trying to stop Ego from harnessing all of the power of the light to take over the entire universe and destroy everything that Ego wants to be destroyed. Now, with that being said, Ego and Peter end up fighting and fighting to the death, and Peter knows that if he kills his father, Ego, that he will lose all of the powers of the light that he has been now shown by his father, because previously in the movie, Ego shows him that if he concentrates hard enough, he can harness the power of the light and do really whatever the hell he wants with it. So, it really comes down to the fact that it's all over. They set up a bomb. Rocket sets up a bomb with a timer on it, which he gives to Baby Groot, and he shows him how to detonate it. And because what do you call it? Because Ego is his own living, breathing planet, he has like a center of like a cranium, which is actually a brain, which runs everything, and they found that is the way to kill him, to blow up that brain. So by doing this, what they actually ended up doing is they ended up destroying the brain. That they set a timer of 5 minutes. Baby Groot planted it, and he got out of there. And right as the explosion happens, Ego, right before it happens, Ego grabs his son. He goes, "Wait, please, think about this. We could live forever, and we're immortal, and all of this." And then Ego just can't convince him. Peter would rather be with his friends that are basically his real family and have them by his side than his corrupt father, who just wants galaxy domination. So with that, the bomb goes off, the brain explodes, and then as soon as that happens, Ego just disintegrates. He just turns to ash right in front of Peter. And at this point, they need to get the hell out of there. And what happens is Yondu, who is right here on screen, Yondu really was the father figure for Ego, not for Ego, for Star-Lord, because Ego hired Yondu originally to take care of his son, Star-Lord. So he was raised by Yondu. Anyway, with that being said, Yondu goes to grab what's his name, Star-Lord, and he has one of those astro suits or whatever that allows him to fly up in the air. And what he does from that point is he grabs hold of Peter, and they go flying out of that cavern area that's getting blown up all the way up into space. And he switches the suit to Peter to protect him so that he can live. And at this point, Peter's like, "Oh my God, no! Please, please don't!" And the big line comes from Yondu saying, "He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy," meaning that Yondu really was the one who raised Star-Lord to become the person that he is today. and such powerful words. When I heard that in the theater, everyone was just so emotional when he said that, because it was so true. So they fly up into space together, and at this point, you see Yondu starts, like, breaking down, and he can't breathe anymore. And Peter's like, "Oh my God, no! Please, please, no, no!" Like begging and pleading with him to reconsider. But at this point, it's too late, and Yondu just loses consciousness and passes away right in front of Peter. And the next scene that you see is Yondu on, like, this gurney stretcher with all of these memorabilia of his around him. The little troll doll from the first movie is there, and they're putting flowers around him. And Peter gives a really nice eulogy and says that sometimes everything you're looking for is always right in front of you, and that dreams can come true, and something like that. And really, when it all comes down to it, everything he said is true. And the one thing that Yondu really wanted more than anything was to have a Ravager's ceremonial funeral send off, is really what he wanted. And Peter made sure of this happening. And Sylvester Stallone's character, Skatar, he made this happen. And you see Sylvester Stallone saying about how much he appreciated Yondu and everything he did. And then you see Charlie 27, which is played by Ving Rhames, saying that he's going to be missed. Ving Rhames had a very small part, but he was another Ravager. All the Ravagers basically came together in space to pay their respects to to Yondu, because of everything he accomplished in the end. At one time, he was banished from the Ravagers, but at this point in the movie, he had proved himself just because of the heroic thing he did towards the end. He stopped being selfish and actually did things and helped people, and he saved the Guardians, and that right there was good enough. So after they do the send off for him, the movie kind of dwindles down, and then it leads you into the credits, which is very important because there are 5 post-credit scenes. Now, the 5 post-credit scenes, I don't know why they did it the way they did it, but I'm glad they did, because it actually made them really, really entertaining, to say the very least. So what I'll do is I'll kind of break that down as best as I can for you. And one of the scenes in particular, well, I really shouldn't say just one of them, but let's put it this way. There is there's the scene with Kraglin and Drax. And after Yondu dies, Kraglin is given Yondu's special arrow. And it's given to him because Peter says, Yondu would have wanted you to have this. And he's so happy, and he's starting to learn how to use the whistle effect to control the arrow. And by doing this, we see all of a sudden the arrow shoots around the corner, and it hits Drax right in the chest, and Drax starts screaming. And then Kraglin is like, "Oh man, what did I do?" And you see him just kind of walk off screen. So that's one of the 5 post-credit scenes. So then there's one where we see Aisha, the gold girl of the Sovereign people, and you see her saying, "Oh, these darn Guardians, I have a secret weapon to take them down. I'm going to call him Adam." And you see this like golden cocoon thing, which is foreshadowing that Adam Warlock is going to be brought in to take down the Guardians, because he has the ability to do that. So then another post-credit scene is with Sylvester Stallone, and he's talking about how things are different now that Yondu is no longer here, and he's like, "You guys want to go steal some shit?" That's all it is. So then that scene cuts, and then there's another scene with teenager Groot, Like, basically, we see teenage Groot on his bed in his room playing video games and being loud and being a mess, and then all of a sudden we see what do you call it? We see Star-Lord come into his room as like a fatherly figure, saying, you know, I'm sick and tired of you and all your trash and all the garbage here. I'm always tripping over your vines. Stop, you know, rotting your brain playing those video games and do something with yourself and blah, blah, blah. And then teenage Groot just, you know, starts mocking him, saying like, I am Groot. I am Groot. Like, you know, basically mocking him in his own Groot language. And then the final scene is Stan Lee. It's a continuation of the scene when Rocket and Yondu and Kraglin and Baby Groot are jumping through space. We actually see Stan Lee on this little rock in space in a spacesuit with these three aliens he's talking to, telling stories of his past. And they clearly have no interest in him at all, because towards the end, they start walking away. And these three aliens are known as the Watchers. And they're, you know, if you've ever heard of Watu, he is one of the most famous Watchers. Now, he wasn't one of the three Watchers in this scene. But with that being said, the Watchers, when they're around, basically it means that something big is going to go down. And they just walk away from Stan Lee. They don't want to have anything to do with him. And then you hear Stan Lee saying, but wait, you guys are my ride home. I need you. Come back. And then it just kind of fades. But in between all of these, in the scrolling credits, they have like little cartoons going on in the background. And we actually see a Howard the Duck little image on the screen. So they're really hinting that Howard the Duck is going to be making a big return to the silver screen very, very soon. I'm sure in the next upcoming years or so. So we'll see what happens when that all goes down. That should be really exciting. So all in all, this is definitely leading up to a part 3. So they're probably going to do a trilogy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then I think after that, we're going to be seeing it leading to the Avengers, where they're going to meet up with the Avengers eventually. So we'll see what happens. But I hope that my rambling rant over here, although it was a little incoherent and I was kind of jumping over my words and I didn't script it, I hope I helped explain it a little bit. Honestly, one of the best movies I've seen, definitely movie of the year for me so far. Was fantastic in every way. I loved it, and I know you'll love it too. And that's really all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We're doing a huge, huge, huge Xbox One, PlayStation 4 giveaway at 5,000 subscribers right here on Movie Endings Explained. We are like 1,000 subs away, and I know if we have enough support, we can hit it. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and today's secret comment code is going to be Guardians for Life or Guardians Forever. Comment that down below. Tell me who your favorite Guardian is. Is it Drax? Is it Gamora? Is it Star-Lord? Is it Rocket? Is it Baby Groot? Tell me in the comments section. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the movie. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the videos that we put out here on Movie Endings Explained. And with that, hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.